me today.
Oh, yeah. Jackson.
Alright, so it says that a direct variation can be written as an equation in the form y equals kx. And what does k represent? Slope. Take a point. Is there a y-intercept? What is the y-intercept? 0. Take another point, Tiara.
Tiara, don't answer anymore.
Y'all should answer correctly and beat her. She's on it.
Okay, I'll beat you, Tiara.
My bad. Yes, you will.
Remember that negativity?
Yes, she'll be.
We're going to work on that. Alright, so our goal for this today is to be able to identify direct variation. That's still our learning target. That's what we did yesterday. We're doing it again today. Today we're doing it in equation and graph form, so get super excited. Alright, so it says, tell whether each equation represents a direct variation. If so, identify the constant of variation. So the constant of variation, this right here, is the slope. So the constant of variation is the slope. So let's look at A. Now remember, it has to look like y equals kx. Does A look like y equals kx?
No. Oh, yeah. I mean, yes. Well, it doesn't, but like it.
But it has 6 in the place of k, right? So this is a direct variation. We have y by itself. There's no y-intercept. This is a direct variation, so we write yes. Now, what is the slope? What is the constant of variation for this? What does k equal? 6. Take a point, Kimberly. That's all you do. Hey, Jaden, where's your notebook? Okay, can you get out a piece of paper? That way you can copy this in your notebook later. Alright, are we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
¿Por qué no? Alright, so B. Now remember, our y-intercept has to be what? 0. For it to be a direct variation, our y-intercept has to be 0. What's the y-intercept of this one?
Or x minus 1.
Now, what's the y-intercept? The negative 1. The y-intercept is the negative 1. So is that 0?
Yeah.
So this is not a direct variation. No. Now remember, for it to be a direct variation, it cannot have plus or minus anything out here. This has a minus something out there, so it's not a direct variation. I know.
Wait, but when do they go down low? I thought it was all actions would be like that night.
Oh, but those are still easy, I promise. I'm going to show you how to do it. Alright, now, for C, does that look like y equals kx?
Yes.
And what's the y-intercept of this one?
1/2.
The y-intercept, guys, listen to me. What's the y-intercept?
0.
0. Take a point, Jackson.
0.
So this is a direct variation.
Why'd you get 0?
Remember, if it does not have a plus or minus anything, the y-intercept is 0. So what does k equal? 1/2. Or hey, take a point, because I think that's what you yelled at me.
No, it's the other medio.
Por eso, un medio.
Getting a little angry. Okay, calm down.
She's angry because she didn't know.
It's marker. He knows. Thank you. Alright, now let's look at D. Now, our goal is for it to have y by itself. Is y by itself. But can we get y by itself? We can divide by 3. So everybody divide by 3. And that would give us y equals what? 2x. Now, do we have a y-intercept?
Yes. 0.
Yeah, it's 0.
It's 0.
And then x equals 2. K.
So is this a direct variation?
K equals 2.
And k equals 2. Well, Natalie, if you had said it with confidence, then yes. But you said, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah. What is wrong with you? Oh, it's just-
So next time, have confidence in your answer. You can do it. Alright, so now I would like you guys to look at E. I want you to look at it for a minute. I don't want anybody to yell out. I want you to think about what you think the answer is. Not yell,
I
no.
know.
No, we got to take more than 3 seconds.
1, 2.
At least 10 seconds. Look at the problem, not at me. I'm not the problem.
It's 5.
Alright, Reggie. Do you think this is a direct variation? Why?
He's fishy.
Okay, why? Why do you think it's a direct variation? No? Reggie? So that means our y-intercept is what?
No. 0.
0.
Good job.
So this is a direct variation. Now, can anybody help him out and say what we need to do to y? We got to divide. Divide by what?
5.
So now, what's in front of x? What number?
1.
So it's 1/5 x.
Yeah, but when you divide, you still get 5.
No, 1 divided by 5 is not 5. I got 1 cheeseburger and 5 people. I'm going to cut that into 5 pieces so we can eat. Yes. Alright, so what does k equal, guys?
1/2. Oh, no. 1 equals 0.
1/5.
Oh, I said it.
Take a point, Jorge.
I meant to say 1/5, but I said 1/2.
Now, why is the direct variation or constant variation not 1?
Because she's divided by 5.
Because it's divided by 5. Why is it not 5? Are 5 and 1/5 the same thing? No. If I have 5 cheeseburgers, I have a whole lot more cheeseburgers than 1/5 of a cheeseburger, right? Alright, I want you guys to try F. Get y by itself. If you want to do it on a sticky note to begin with, so you don't have to erase, just to make sure you're right, do it on a sticky note. If you want to do it on the bottom of your paper, do it on the bottom of your paper. But get y by itself.
Well, this is my hard.
I got a 3. I don't know if I did it right. Yeah, she did it right. She did. Look at her work. Don't turn it on. Don't turn it on. It's gonna be super bright. Don't press the back button. I got my right. I got it right. The back button. Turn the thing. Oh, my friend is super close.
Yeah, it was. That's why I told you you were close.
I just thought since
I'm trying to write.
Awesome. Alright, now, I asked you to get y by itself. That means that we need to move everything away from the y.
I can do it. I can do it.
So, remember when we did literal equations? And we tried to get a variable by itself and you guys hated life for a little bit?
Yeah.
Well, we're still doing that.
Yeah, let's go.
I have.
So, we need to move this negative 15x. What's the opposite of negative? So, we added 15x to both sides. 0 plus 15x is 15x. And then we divide by 5 and we got y equals 3x. Now, what is the y-intercept of this? 0. So, is this a direct variation? Yes. Remember, your y-intercept has to be 0. Now, what did you notice was in our equation?
0.
There is a 0. So, if it's equal to 0, it's a direct variation.
Okay.
Now, let's look at G. What does G have?
It's not X, so it's no.
Why is it a no? Why do y'all think?
Because it has an equal to 9X, but there's already, No, because it's plus 6, not
Because it's a plus 6. Damien, do you agree with that? Because of that plus 6?
We'll take a point.
Fantastic. So both of you take a point. This is not a direct variation. Now, the reason we don't have to solve this one. The reason we don't have to solve this one is because it has this plus 6 right here. So if it says plus anything, you don't have to solve it. That's not a direct variation. Yes, no, maybe.
Maybe, yes. For F, I was like, have you seen when I kind of did it different instead of like.
Were you divided by 5?
Yes.
Yes, you can do that. But I wanted you to get y by itself. So you have to move the x first and then divide. Alright, so any questions on an equation? Can you do that without me?
Yeah.
What if I give you the example of, where did my scratch paper go? Is that a direct variation?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Because it says minus 7. So instead of just yelling stuff out or staring around the room, why don't we pay attention and look at the board? So what about this?
No, yes, it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not. No, it's wrong. Yes.
No, I'm not. She just said it. We have plus sign.
Kimberly?
No.
What?
No. Yes. It's no.
Somebody said no. What's wrong with you? We don't answer.
Jackson? Why do you say no?
Because it's equals 15 and it needs to equal 0.
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's equal to 15 and it needs to equal 0. Take a point.
I said no.
Yeah, you can go over today. So what if I said,
yes.
why?
Because
Because it's equal. No, because it's equal to 0.
You just say if it has plus sign, I'll make it.
That's if, okay, I did, but what I meant by that is if we have y plus 5 equals 3x, you see how I have a constant with a plus? This is the constant, right? So that means if we move this, it's going to be minus 5. We're not going to have a 0 in there. You see what I mean? I'm sorry for saying it that way. I confused you the first time. But if I just said y equals 3x, this is yes, this is no because of that plus 5. So it's plus a constant or equal to a constant, then it's not. So if I said, for some reason, if I went crazy and wrote 3y plus 0 equals 5x, that would be a direct variation because it's plus 0 and that's not really a thing. We don't have to write that. So thank you for correcting me. I appreciate that. Take a point.
Okay, wait.
Alright, what about if I said,
Yes. No.
This is my 6
Wait. Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
look at it, not just say yes or no. Look at it.
Yes.
Why do you think it is?
All it is backwards.
It's backwards. So what would we do to get y by itself? Divide by 9. Very good, Kimberly. So what is the y-intercept? Reggie, I need you to stop hollering whenever I correct you and saying that somebody else got it wrong. Now I forgot what I was trying to say. Good
You
Lord.
divide by 9. Divide by 9.
So what would the y-intercept be?
The y-intercept? 0.
0. It's always 0 in a direct variation. Alright, now let's look at a graph. Get excited. So remember, on a graph, what does the y-intercept have to be?
0.
So that means it has to pass through what?
No.
The middle.
What's that called?
Oh, I knew it.
X-axis narrow. Or center.
Starts with an O.
Oval. No.
Origin.
Origin.
Oh, I knew that. I saw it.
that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Minus point.
What is that?
Alright, so must pass through the origin. So an example of that would be this line. My green's trying to go out. Because it passes through the origin and it's a line. Remember, it has to be a straight line. It can't be crooked. No. Oh my gosh. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, ready? Open this. So the graph of a direct variation is always a line that goes through the what?
The origin.
Origin.
Take a point.
Nope. But thank you. I will take a point.
I will tell you.
You take points too?
Every time y'all ask, can I have a point or say take a point, then I get the point. And if I get more points than you, then y'all lose all your points.
Oh, alright. Take another point.
Thank you.
No!
How many do you have to have?
Alright, ready for this? Ready for this? Take 3 more points. Austin.
You really want a bad grade.
Yeah.
One more.
Alright, now.
You just give him a bad grade.
Wait, quick question. How much do you have to get?
I have to beat y'all. So I have to get more points than the highest point group. Alright, are you ready? So it says graph each direct variation below. So now, we know that it has to go through the origin. So each time, you're going to put a dot on the origin. Now remember, direct variation is slope. Our number is slope. And what is slope on a graph?
The origin. No.
Rise,
Then.
then run. Okay,
Then run.
take a point, Reggie. Good.
What you say divide though? This is minus some points. I'm sorry.
Alright, so what is our slope here of A? 3. So that means we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, and then right 1.
Oh,
Now, why do we go right 1?
because why is 1? Because
3, because there's not a, it's, like you're finding the y. No. What am I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm
Oh, because
asking
it's 0 and then you're going to go up.
because it's hanging out with an invisible 1, right? So this is the same as 3 divided by 1. Take a point, Tierra. Good job. Now, since it's positive, remember we have to be climbing the hill to the field of marshmallows. That's why we go up and to the right. We can also go down 3 and left 1 because 2 negatives make a what? Fantastic. Okay. Thank you.
You always have to put arrows at the end of your line.
Yes, because it goes on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And it's not a segment. It's a line. Yes?
It says line or
Origin.
Origin.
We're done science. Alright, what's happening, Blair? Get it together. Alright, are you ready for B? Alright, where do we start every time on a direct variation? Okay. Now, it's negative 1/2 is our slope. So are we going to go up 1 or down 1?
Then down 1.
It's negative, so go down 1 and to the right 2. Down 1 to the right 2. You can also go up 1 and to the left 2. Now, it's a negative 1/2. So negative means we need to be falling down the hill to the field of chocolate. Are we going to fall down into the chocolate? Yep. So we did it right. So remember, negative means you go down and to the right or up and to the left. It's not. We have the same foldable. Mine's just projected on the screen so it looks giant, honey. Alright, now, are we ready for C? Are we sure? C for C? Alright, now, we have to get Y by itself. What's in front of that Y? So how can we get rid of it?
Oh, I know what I did. I grasped on the wrong one. That's why I didn't.
We need to divide by 3, so everybody divide by 3. Now, remember, we leave slope as a what? A fraction.
Typically, those students that are going to the craft academy interview need to be at the bus canopy at this time. Those students leaving for the craft academy interview, please report to the bus canopies at this time. Thank you.
Okay.
Also, those students, superintendent, student advisory committee, please also report to the bus canopy at this time.
Okay. Alright, so we divided by 3. Now remember, we leave it as a fraction. 2 divided by 3 is not a whole number, so it's 2/3 x. So, what do we always start at? Alright, so everybody put a dot on the origin. Now, is it a positive 2/3 or a negative 2/3?
Positive.
So are we going to go up or down?
Oh.
We go up how many?
2.
2, and then over is not a direction.
Oh, right to 3.
Up 2, right 3. Now, where else can we go?
To the left 3.
Down 2 and to the left 3. Now remember, for it to be a positive line, it's got to go up to the right. Is that one going up to the right?
Yes.
And we were going to hike it to the marshmallows. Yes.
Do we have to graph like both of the lines?
Yes.
Like, so like if we
Yes.
can go up that one, we have to go down.
Yes. I want at least 3 dots on your graph. I know, life is tough. Alright, for D, is Y by itself?
Yes.
We're going to look at it, baby.
You don't even know.
Alright, so what do we need to do to get Y by itself? Divide by what?
4.
Now, what number is in front of X?
It's negative 1.
Positive 1. So what's 1 divided by negative 4? Don't y'all say 4.
Negative 4. No, 1 divide. What is wrong with you people?
One divided by negative 4, guys. You gotta listen.
It's negative.
Negative 1/4.
It's negative 1/4, right? Both of you. If you ask for it, I get it.
I said, no, did you ask? I said,
Don't lie. Both of you take a point.
how many points do you have?
I have 3.
Wait, you have to be the highest.
Take another one?
No.
Oh, I said.
I think that's what you said.
You have to beat the highest.
Yes.
Would.
Y'all are on it today.
Really, dude.
Alright, now, where does every direct variation start at? Now, is my slope positive or negative? Austin, is my slope positive or negative?
You don't know.
It's negative. So am I going to go up or down?
Oh, down. Down. It's negative. Go down.
Down how many? Down how many? 1, and then? Over is not a direction, to the right 4. Alright, now, what else do we need to do? So we went down 1, right 4, what else do we need to do?
You go up 1, over, left 2. Left 4. I don't know what I was trying to say.
You're adopted.
You adopted.
Why are y'all saying that like it's an insult?
Because they keep telling me I'm adopted.
You are.
But it's not an insult.
It's an insult nowadays, Asbury.
It's not. Being adopted is a great thing. Alright, so now, what do the directions of our last example tell us to do? Kimberly. En español, por favor. En español, por favor. You don't know how to say write an equation?
Escribe una ecuación. Escribe una ecuación
Gracias, Jorge.
Then I put it on there, like, down there, the little crack, the little thing.
Take a point, Jorge. You didn't say the whole thing. For the direct variation graph below. Take a point. If you spoke clearly, I would give you a point. You know that was good. All right, now, so the way that's 5. The way that we write our equation is everybody start with y equals leave a space x. Now, we have to figure out what the slope of this line is, and we've done that on a graph. So we need to figure out what the vertical change is and what the horizontal change is. What's the vertical change? How many do we go up?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And how many do we go to the right?
2.
So what is our slope?
5.
I'm going magic. 2 over 2.
It's not over anything.
2.
5 then 2.
5 divided by 2.
Is that a 5?
It is. It's a fun 5. Alright, so what we're going to do for the next 12 minutes is I'm going to give you a strip, and you're going to have to figure out between the graph, the table, the equations, and a word problem whether they are direct variations or not. Get excited.
This one?
That we just passed out, yes. Alright, so let's look at the first one together.
Okay.
Now, our goal is to figure out if it's a direct variation or not. So remember, our y-intercept has to be what?
0.
So that means it has to either equal to 0 or not have a plus a number.
That one's no.
Why do you think this one's no?
No, because it doesn't equal 0.
Because it,
Well, because it equals 6.
yes, it equals 6. So no.
I'm going to go through it and like, no.
And I'm going to do one more with you, and then you're on your own. So what do you think about the next one?
Easy. That's easy.
Why do you think C?
Because you divide. You can just divide.
Because it's equal to 0.
Oh, are we going to do variation now?
That's it. Now, you need to use your notes, because remember the notes tell us how to check it on a table. And then we're going to talk about the word problems together, because I'm real excited about those.